I've got an idea. Let's test drive a 48. And welcome back, guys. We are today doing a review on this brand new 2016 Harley Davidson 48 in a lovely blue colour, which looks absolutely fantastic. So as I mentioned, I'll be doing a test review today on this bike. I am here today at Harley Davidson Shores. So Steve, the principal dealer, kindly lent me this bike just to try it out. So I want to set some parameters just in regards to my experience, because I think it's really important when you're doing reviews. You need to tell the people watching what bike you currently ride, because that can make a difference on your opinion. So guys, I currently ride a 2016 Iron. If I had to explain the difference between the Iron and the 48 in one sentence, the 48 is basically the Iron that's been to the gym for a couple of years and been on the juice. So it's more meatier, it's pumped up. So with this bike, you're looking at a 1200 engine. You've also got the upgraded suspension, very much like the Iron, compared to the 2015 model. You've also got, which I'm very interested in trying today, is the forward controls. So compared to the Iron, you've got the mid controls, which means you're more at a right angle with your with the way your legs are positioned. So I think that's going to have an impact on the manoeuvrability of the bike potentially, but we'll soon find that out. In terms of controls itself, again, you've got the keyless fob, which is absolutely fantastic. So I've got that right in my hand, you may be able to see that. You've also got the self-cancelling indicators, which is a nice little touch for new riders, as I've explained in my previous ride reviews on the Iron. And apart from that then, that is pretty much it. So I am absolutely buzzing. I can't wait to get on this bike. As I mentioned, it's the first time I've ever sat on a 48. So here I go. Okay, so let's just listen to this bike. Yeah, first impressions, it's got quite a nice tone. However, if I was to purchase this bike, and I'm just being really honest, I could definitely see myself either purchasing slip-on Hanson Vines, or going for the full stage one, just to give it, again, very similar to my Iron, to give it more of a meaty Harley Davidson sound then. Okay, straight away guys, from sitting on the bike, this bike does vibrate quite a bit. I am noticing that very much. Especially again when I'm using comparisons to my Iron, there is a very noticeable difference in the vibration. Straight away I can feel the front controls are very different. I'm sure it's just a case of getting used to those, but yeah, it does feel a little bit alien. But let's see how I get on and we'll go from there. Okay guys, we're just going to pull away and let's just see how it feels. So, the foot controls at this moment in time actually feel relatively nice. I think once you're on it, the bike does feel a lot smoother, and in terms of the riding position, it's pretty good. Pretty good. So flicking through the dials, you've got similar options to the Iron. On the left hand side of your control, the left grip, sorry, you've got the changer, so you can go through your miles that you've done, the revs that you're currently on, and the gear as well, which is I think a nice touch. One of the things I'm very interested in is basically its manoeuvrability. Looking at the tyre width, you've got two decent width tyres, and again, I'm just comparing it to what I've previously ridden. To the Iron, from a grip perspective, that should help. In regards to torque, there is a lot of torque in this bike. Pulling away is brilliant. It's really, really good. Feels a lot meatier than the Iron. So we're coming up to a roundabout now. One of the things I'm interested in is the way it turns. So I'm going to try it on this roundabout again, I just want to see how the front forward controls affect that steering there and that counterbalance. So this should be quite interesting. So here we go. Yeah, it's... oh, I don't know. I really don't know. Oh. My honest opinion at that point is that it is quite awkward. It is a little awkward to go round the roundabouts. Now, bearing in mind that was the first roundabout that I've taken, so it could be a case of getting used to the bike, getting used to those forward controls. But really, when you've got your feet that are tighter into your body, so more at a right angle, obviously manoeuvrability is a lot better, and counterbalance. So I'm going to give that a go again and see if I can adapt to it, and see then if it feels better. On the straight, the bike feels really nice, really nice. Again, I've just mentioned it earlier, it is a very comfy bike. One of the things that I tend to get problems on my iron is on long journeys. I have a bit of a sciatica pinch that runs up the back of my leg, and that's not because I'm 80 years old, it's just because it's one of those things. So what I could see straight away on this bike is that in this position I would have less problems on long journeys. So at this point, just want to give it a bit of power. Yeah, that's really good. That is really good. So from a torque point of view, going up through the gears and trying to get that speed up, you've got plenty there, more than enough. More than enough. I'll tell you what I do like, guys, is the mirror positioning. I know some people commented saying that they weren't able to see in their rear, but actually the way these mirrors are positioned are far better than my upright mirrors on my iron. So that is definitely one of the things I will be doing to my iron. And from a looks point of view, it also looks better that way. Oh gosh, perhaps it's good timing to talk about the suspension. Oh my god. So yes, they've upgraded the suspension for 2016 for the 48. But what I am noticing, as you probably just heard me, is that it is very, very shaky. And again, I'm going to compare this to my iron. It's very different. So that's something I believe you've got to factor in as well. So guys, now I've just pulled up to the petrol station. Now she's warmed up, and I just thought we'd do a little re-test on the way the bike sounds. So as I've done in my last vlogs, what I'm going to do is take my mic out of my drift camera and let you guys listen to what this bike's about. So whilst we've got the bike here, now you've listened to it, so you can make your own judgment. Again, it definitely sounds better than the stock version of the iron, without a doubt. But again, from my personal opinion, I feel if you were buying this bike, as I've done with the iron, you would definitely look to change the sound, so the note of the bike. So you'd either go for the stage 1 or you go for the Vance & Hines slip-ons then. But looking around the bike, again, it's, as I've mentioned a couple of times, it's a really good looking bike. What I love about it, definitely that stands out the most, is the front end of the bike. It's definitely got a much chunkier look about it, and it definitely gives more of a, and it's again in my opinion, but it definitely gives more of a Harley look when you've got those chunky front forks there. Looking at the side of the bike, the tank, really nice colour. I don't know if I would personally go for that colour, but it definitely will draw the crowd looking at you on this bike. The seat itself, again, it's really nice stitching. It's comfy, but in terms of, if you've heard me earlier on this blog, suspension wise it's definitely a lot harder than I was expecting. So again, I'd just like to just mention a big thank you to dealers. I know a couple have tried to help me out with doing stuff like this, but today I'm at Shaw's with Steve, and his hospitality has been fantastic, so a big thank you to him. Okay, here we go, let's watch this red Toyota. Oh, typical. Alright, bit of torque. Yep. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, I could have a lot of fun on this bike with the torque. What I have noticed with the gears is that you've really got to make sure you're clunking them in. I'm quite a lazy gear shifter, so especially on this bike compared to my iron, I've really got to make sure I lift that toe up properly rather than being lazy about it. But what I am going to try, guys, next, if I can get there or somewhere safe, is a 3-point turn. That's going to be interesting on this bike. So on my iron I can perform that manoeuvre relatively well, so let's see how I cope with doing it here. Oh no, actually, yeah, it'll be alright. Okay, there we go. No, clearly not. Let's get out of the road. That's what you call a complete fail. So guys, I'm just coming back up to Harley Davidson Shaw's now, so I just thought I'd give you my final thoughts and opinion, and again, it's just my opinion. The pros of this bike, it's a beautiful looking machine. As I mentioned before, in comparison to my iron, it's basically been to the gym, it's been on some steroids, and it just looks much more of a chunky bike. The engine is fantastic, the torque in her, in my opinion, is more than enough. I'm happy with my iron, and this, again, this is more, so really good. What else I like is the riding position. So to me it's really comfortable. I'd say it's more comfortable than my iron, definitely with the way that the front controls are positioned. And what else do I like? I do like the different colour schemes you can get, and actually I do like the fact that it's not too expensive. So I may have mentioned this, but this bike is 10,750, so for what you get, that is a lot of motor between your legs. Things that I don't personally like, so in the turns, and again it's just my opinion, the forward controls I find are really difficult. For me, when I'm going around the turns, I'm finding that if I'm going around on the right hand bend, my left foot seems to be pushing on the footrest, which means then my balance is being offset. So that might take me more time to adjust to it. But overall, this is a great bike. This is absolutely fantastic. You will love it. Would I buy it? Probably, yeah. Definitely, if I could go up to that next stage in regards to finances. But at the moment, I'm really happy with my Harley. So the one thing I'm going to change on my Harley is definitely mirrors straight away. I really like the way the mirrors are positioned. So yeah, guys, that is my overall opinion. I hope you've enjoyed watching. And as I mentioned before, please like, subscribe, and by all means leave some comments in the comment section. Take care.